Okay, so here's the double-decker shelf unit that I'm making for the 55 and 40 long Dart Vivarium. I just kind of wanted to show you the wood frame before I start adding the plywood, which hopefully, weather permitting, that will be next week, because I don't have much room in this garage to work with big old sheets of plywood, so I have to do that outside. But I thought I'd show you the frame, how basic I made it, and kind of give anybody ideas if they're looking to make one themselves. So this middle section here will be where the that 55 back there will sit, which I'll slide that on there in a minute and show you. I need to put plywood over this, and then here, and then I'm going to wrap the frame. But down here, see if I can get a better shot over this way. What we're going to do is I'm going to have two doors, and then that'll be cabinet space. Then the slot for the 75, and then on top, minus this board, another piece of plywood, and that's where the 40 long will sit, is up there. I put two braces there in the middle, as opposed to this middle section I put one. This one 2x4, let me set this board down a minute. This 2x4 here had a slight bend in it that pushed out that way, away from where I needed it. So I put the two pieces in there to help pull that 2x4 in to make it straighter, which looks pretty straight to me, even on here. And then the other thing, you can see right there, that's a brace. Got a brace right here. Originally, okay, let's see, let me step back a little bit and I'll explain this. I built 3 frames, and then I connected it with the legs. This middle frame and the bottom frame. Wait, let's start with the bottom frame. I made the bottom frame and the second frame exactly the same length. To set my height, I cut this 2x4 here, and it's sitting on top of this 2x4 and underneath here. The reason I did that is because I wanted extra support for this here, for when the 55 is sitting on here, because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to put in the 55. I'm thinking maybe a freshwater fish tank, a planted dirt tank, freshwater tank. So I wanted the extra weight, or the extra support to hold that weight, because if you just rely on these 4 screws to hold this section here, you know, I don't know, I don't trust that. So this gives it strength here, and this also helps hold it into place. But this longer board also comes up, stops right here, and then I made another frame base or for the 40 long, and it's just resting on here. And but let's see, get out of the way, I'll light my brace here. But what I did was, to help lock all that in, originally I was going with just these metal braces. One on I got 4 of them, one for each side. But here, let me go get the extra screw, and I'll show you why I decided to add. Okay, edited that out. I had to find it. Now here's the size of the screw that is holding that brace in. 4 of them. Not very big. Maybe 1/4 of an inch. But I didn't feel that was going to be enough to, well, I didn't really trust it. So what I did was I took a 2x4 scrap block, and it's glued at the base, it's glued at the back. You can kind of see a little bit overflow there. You see a little bit overflow there. Okay, I glued that overnight, and then this morning I came out here and I put 2 screws in there to secure it that way. And then let's go up underneath, put 2 screws in up underneath to come up this way to hold that piece in. Did the same thing over here. Now that's a lot more sturdy. This thing is not going to come off the top of this here. So that's why I did that. You see there's a little bit of a notch here. Let's look at that side. You can see the notch. What that there is for is when the 55 is sitting here, I've got this board, which is seen sitting on top. It's going to, let me get a better grip on it. This will sit, here we go. This will sit right in there, hopefully. there. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but you can kind of see now it's going to set flush, and this is going to be a door to open up over this 55, which kind of hard to show you now because when I'm standing too close and I got to hold it one-handed and I don't have it hinged down there just yet. So I'm going to stop it here, and when I come back, the 55 will be on the stand. So give me a minute. Okay, so here it is with the tank sitting inside. Kind of see fits just perfect. Enough space in between here that I can get my arm down in there. Which again, let me see if I. So this will sit like that. Can you see that? Oh yeah. That's how that will be. Of course. Okay, so that's how that's going to be. But you can see I still got a little bit of gap here. That's because I still haven't placed the plywood underneath the tank to cover that piece, which I'll show you that when I do it. But by the time I add that, this gap will be a lot closer. So, and I'll just put a couple handles on there, so this thing will then swing open like that. Get in there, get to what I need to, and then be able to close it up again. That's that. So now, what am I going to put in here? I'm thinking, I've got a couple ideas, and either one of two things. Either this is going to be a freshwater tank, dirted bottom with live plants, and you can see I got a nice piece of driftwood there, and we come back over here into the corner, and I got some more. Okay, so I've got these pieces of driftwood. This one's got a nice little corkscrew piece on it that I like, and it's got that little knob on there, so I could use that one in there. And I've got this pretty cool piece. Got this nice 2-branch system. It's kind of flat, but it's pretty big size board. And then I also got this one that's I don't know, it's kind of cool. So let me see, I'll bring this one out here and let's see if we can't. Yeah, well, you get the idea. Nice one there. So anyways, what I'm thinking is, okay, so what I'm thinking is so what I'm thinking is either going to be one of two things: the freshwater tank, like I already explained, or I'm also interested in day geckos. So never had them before, always been an interest. So I don't know, it's going to be either or. I'm not for sure yet. The ideal is I just want to set up something that looks natural, natural environment kind of setup. So those are my two things right now. So go ahead and leave your comments down below. And I didn't really film the process of building this stand, but if that's something you guys are interested in seeing me do, I do have to build a stand, or I'm going to build a stand for the big old 120 here, because I'm not really liking this stand for the simple fact that the doors are small on the front, and I can't remember who it is that I'm subscribed to. I can't remember right offhand whose video that it is, but they put another door here on the end, and that way they can slide their tank in, because I want to do a 40 long for my sump pump, and a 40 long will not fit in there. That is just too small for it. So if I build my own and create an access point on the side here, then I would be able to slide it in that way, and it should fit. But the way this thing is built now, I can't put one in. The 40 long is exactly the same length. So yeah, that's why I'm not going to use that. We're going to go ahead and build a new one for this tank. So if you actually want to see the build process, leave a comment below and I will, I'll do a build video on the stand. Otherwise I'll kind of do it like this. I'll just build it into the rough frame and then show you, and then plywood it up. The only difference on the 120 is instead of having this as a second shelf for another tank, I'm going to build a canopy top to put on top of that. So should be interesting and should be fun. So again, if that's something you want to see, please make sure you comment below, and that way I know for sure I got people interested in seeing that. Otherwise I just don't want to bore you with me hammering and sawing and drilling boards together. So like always, rate, comment, subscribe, and see you at the next video. Later.